Today I kind of wanted to do a story type video, and this story is gonna be about Satan herself. Now I'm sure you've ran into these people back in school if you're out of it now, the teacher's pets, but this teacher's pet was on a separate level. I actually commend her. So this happened. This took place in the second grade. Um, this girl, we'll call her Agnes. How about that? Yeah, we'll call her Agnes. She was quite the interesting character. Agnes was the type of person that no matter what they were doing, who they were talking to, what they were talking about, they always sounded like they were yelling. All right, that's Agnes. Um, I don't know why she sounded like that, but she did. She just constantly sounded like she was always yelling, just at the top of her lungs. Like she could not yell louder or her voice would explode. Agnes was about 2 to 3 feet tall. You could probably step over her if you really tried, you know. But it did not take away from the annoying qualities of Agnes, to say the least. So, similar to these teachers' pets that I'm sure you encountered, she would always, just like Siamese attached to the teachers, all of them at the same time. And she would be the type of person to not only remind the teacher about homework that she had forgotten to take up, but remind the teacher that certain projects or assignments were due the day they were due, and then proceed to try and convince the teacher that we should turn them in that day, even if the teacher has already said that we should not. Let's say you come into class with a project that was due. You have it, you know, every day. It was supposed to be due today, but you're not happy with it. You know, you half did it. We'll say that, and it's pretty garbage. You procrastinated. Yeah, we'll say that. That works. So let's say the teacher was out the day yesterday. Yeah, we'll say that. And the teacher's talking about how she's gonna give you an extra day since she wasn't there to help you work on it. And you're thinking, yeah, you know, I can get a much better grade on this now. I'm gonna go home and work on this, even though you probably won't. Um, Agnes is the type of person to talk the teacher into taking it up that day, simply for the fact that Agnes has it done, and she always had everything done, everything. Not that there was much of a grading curve in middle school, but she brought it up. Like, everybody else would make like a 70 or maybe an 80. Agnes would make like 164. We'd be getting upgraded to like, or we'd be getting like we would getting being cheated out of like B's and like A's, and we'd be getting like 11 and a halfs on the thing. 11.5 out of 100. That's just not good. Um, so that's about where I rolled. I didn't really like her for that. But B, also, may I describe to you how Agnes looks? I'm not trying to be mean here. It's not her real name anyway, so you can't really hurt her, you know. Um, Agnes looked, well, like I said, she was short, and she had a massive, and I'm talking about massive, colossal underbite. Just the I I'll post a picture. She looked a lot like the Crimson Chin from the Fairly Odd Parents. So that's a good representation. She also had this boyfriend that followed her around. Well, as much of a boyfriend you can get in seventh grade. You know, you're still really little kids. Um, but she also had this boyfriend that followed her around. Like, he was like a lost puppy. You know, he looked a lot like Scuba Steve. I'll also put a picture of him up there. Um, anyway, you can forget about the boyfriend. We're moving on. He's not really important to the plot. Um, we had these book fairs, right? And basically the library would be taken over and they'd sell like books and posters and random other stuff that no one needs. And not the books, obviously you need those, and even maybe the posters, but the random stuff, like who needs a pencil that is shaped like the head of Al Gore? Really? Anyway, moving on. I was walking out of the book fair one day in my hoodie. I don't even remember what kind of hoodie it was. It must have been looking pretty incriminating, because Agnes, there she was, there she blows, standing in the doorway, yelling about how I had stolen something from the book fair. Agnes, I don't know where you are right now. And I don't know where you're going to be in the future. But I can tell you one thing. If I was going to steal something, it would not be a book from the book fair. I wouldn't steal anything anyway. I don't have the balls to do so. Anyway, so Agnes must have been pretty convincing because everyone on planet Earth believed her. I don't know. Even I partially started believing her. I was like, yeah, maybe I did steal something. Anyway, Agnes standing in the doorway. Hey, stole something. And, her voice sounded like she just ate a driveway 5 minutes ago. It wasn't attractive. So here I am, escorted to the CRO's office. Um, he proceeded to question me about a book that I did not steal. He also proceeded to call my parents and tell them that I had stolen a book. And when I showed them that I had no book, Agnes also told them that I had thrown it away. So now, not only had I stolen a 93-cent book, I had thrown it away. I had nothing to show for my courageous act of ruthlessness against the public. Um, so, she then proceeded to gossip to the teachers about how, I guess I had homemade tattoos of, like, swastikas on my back engraved. That's an exaggeration, but there must have been some gossip going on because I got nasty looks from the teachers for the rest of the year. I do apologize, Miss Davis, if you still believe that I had stolen your picture book from the library. I really did not. I didn't mean to accidentally not steal it. I won't do it again, though, I promise. Anyway, I didn't end up getting in like really any trouble. My parents understood. They were like, "Yeah, our child doesn't read. Don't worry about that." Um, I don't. Agnes proceeded to move away about I want to say a year or so later, and that was the last I had ever heard of her, and I'm glad. She's probably off saving people as the Crimson Chin. Uh, but that's the end of this story. I'll see you later.